Hey guys, Steve Welch here, Beaman Toyota in Nashville. Very exciting times. The 2023 Toyota Sequoia is coming out soon. They have finally allocated some of these trucks, so they are not coming here yet, but they will be, of course, soon. But they have finally started allocating them, so I can show you some actual build sheets on your 2023 Toyota Sequoia. They are going to be available in the SR5, the Limited, the Platinum, the Pro, and the all-new Capstone. This video, I'm going to go over a Capstone with you here, available in both 4 and 2-wheel drive, but the Capstone is the new granddaddy of all, and I'm pretty sure you guys are going to like it. Going to show you the most expensive one I found so you can see some of the options that are on there and realize you can kind of go down from there when it comes to what is on your new Sequoia. And definitely this is it's a whole nother world when it comes to Sequoia. Been a while since they redesigned it, and I think you guys are going to really like what Toyota's done. So Steve Welch, Beaman Toyota, and I'm going to show you the build sheet on the Capstone Sequoia right now. So here we are, guys. So this is a Sequoia Capstone, sharing my screen with you guys here so you can kind of take a look and see what we've got on the Sequoia Capstone here. So this is, obviously, it's a 4-wheel drive version. Like I said, it does offer it in the 2-wheel drive. iForce Max twin turbo V6. This model code is a 7955, which will have different model codes, of course, depending on if it's 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive or which trim level it is, of course. So you have the iForce Max, of course, and your transmission is your 10-speed automatic. This is going to mimic what is on your Tundra. The look is going to be very similar, as you can see right here with the look on this particular vehicle. So I'm going to show you everything that's on here, and we can kind of go over it as we go here, and you guys can tell me what you guys think, right? So base model, right? So base model pricing here is $78,300. So you cannot find a Capstone at less than the $78,300 plus the $1,595. So this is Toyota's delivery, processing, and handling right here. So that is not a dealership fee. That is Toyota's fee. So you will not find it for less than what, $79,895, which is what you can see between those two numbers. Now, this right here is your factory installed packages and accessories. Those are obviously optional equipment. I did, like I said, make this one of the most expensive ones. This is the most expensive one that's currently being built. Not to say it's the most expensive one that can be built. It's just the most expensive one that I found in the country that is currently being built. So you'll see Windchill Pearl. That's a special color, which has a paint color down here, premium paint. You see that? So anytime you have the premium paint, you're going to have a 425. So pretty much anything that says Pearl, you'll notice that it'll have that 425 charge there. 50 state emissions, they list that on everything. And I've had people ask before too what the difference between FIO and PIO is. FIO is factory installed option, PIO is port installed option. So a PIO means that it was installed at port, but is a factory option installed at port. So that's kind of the easiest way to figure it out. So now this one's got your Capstone grade package. Obviously, if it's a Capstone, it's going to be 0 because that's all included in that particular trim level. This one's got the rear air suspension, which should tell you that the rear air suspension is not a standard feature in the Capstone. So if you would like it without the rear air suspension, you can get it that way. We already talked about the premium paint, all-weather floor liners here. That's your package that's got the all-weather floor liners and the all-weather cargo mat for the very back end, so behind your third row there. This one's got your paint protection film, hood fenders, door cups, mirrors, and backs. That's the film that goes inside your door cups that keeps like your rings from scratching the paint. And then it has like on the backs of your mirrors and on the nose of the hood and on the nose of the vehicle, that Mylar type tape that protects it from chips. So that's what that is. TRD roof rack, you can see, is right here. Stylish system, helps you carry additional cargo. Additional secure tie-down points for a variety of roof rack accessories. Secures into the factory roof rails, and it obviously enhances the style of your vehicle, of course. So it will go right up here, and it's going to be a TRD rack. So TRD front skid plate. Obviously, they plan on this 84 almost $85,000 vehicle to go off-road. So this one's beef up the aggressive stance. Keep in mind that skid plate's going to be a lot for looks as well. Which you'll look here. So while protecting it from off-road hazards with the skid plate, prevents damage to the underbody from rocks, branches, ice chunks, other type of road debris. You can have some of that stuff just driving down the highway, and you all know that if you've hit a tire or things like that. It doesn't hurt to have a little extra protection, right? Uses vehicles existing attachment mounts, rigorously tested to maximize protection. And prevent vibration, stress, and noise. By the way, it's also going to limit a little bit of noise from the road, too. If you think about it, anytime you add something extra there, it will help you that way. So, provides unobstructed access to all maintenance points and vehicle tow hooks, made from stamped, formed quarter-inch thick aluminum. Red lettering is the TRD to help provide a sporty look. This particular one has the integrated dash cam. Which is, it's a nice thing to have. I personally have one, and I've caught a couple things on it, so I never turned down a dash cam. I like to have that. But obviously it's reliably capture video, images, sound, and location data while you operate your vehicle. Designed to begin recording upon ignition to capture the drive or on impact, whether moving or while parked. So it can actually turn on while parked if somebody had hit your car. Or your truck, of course. Playback or video download is available via the smartphone app or PC tool. Once downloaded, you can also share the videos on social media channels. Includes a 16 gigabyte, that's right here, 16 gigabyte industrial grade micro SD memory card. Keep in mind you can get cards that will be larger than that should you choose to. This one's got a console safe. Love the console safes. Helps provide peace of mind by protecting the owner's valuables in their vehicle. 4-digit key, keyless lock. And by the way, if you look at, I did a review on the console safe for the Tundra on how to work it. If you look that up, you'll notice that it's going to be the exact same thing in this. I'm fairly certain. So it should work identically to the one that I had. So here's your mechanical performance here. By the way, if you kind of look over here, was all the pricing. So if you need to see that pricing again, obviously you can roll back just like I did, go back on the video and you can kind of see that. But here's total optional equipment was just over $5,000. Like I said, this was the most expensive one I found on purpose. So I've had some people get mad at me for finding that on purpose, but I've had other people appreciate it. I just think it helps you guys out to know some of the options that could be on the vehicles. So, by the way, I do want you to note too that there was no running boards that were on here. On this particular one, so there are running board options. I am positive on this vehicle, so there's just going to be a lot of options on there, and they'll probably range in price from somewhere from around, factory somewhere around 700, I would think, to somewhere around 1,500. And I would venture to say it will probably have the automatic running boards as an option too, but we'll keep reading down here, and I'll show you something else as we go down here. So, but just remember that for future videos that we're talking about here. So your iForce Max, of course, that is the only engine that you can get in your Sequoia. iForce Max twin turbo V6, 437 horsepower at 5,200 RPM, 583 foot-pounds of torque at 2,400 RPM. Insanely low amount of RPM to get that kind of torque. It's really good. 10-speed electronically controlled transmission with intelligence. Basically means that it can actually kind of learn how you drive and kind of help you that way. Fully boxed high-strength steel ladder frame. So it's still a ladder frame. So some people ask what the difference between a ladder frame and something else is. Well, you have, there are different kinds of frames. The ladder, so a truck tends to have a ladder frame. It's a stronger frame. It's a little bit less forgiving when it comes to the ride quality usually, but the way that they built this vehicle, that shouldn't be an issue. So, but yeah, the ladder frame, it just means they build the car and then they set it on the frame. That's the easiest way to kind of describe how the ladder frame works. So, then it's body frame, ultra high strength steel cabin construction, with aluminum hood, front door panels, and rear door panels. So, that means your aluminum is your hood, front door panels, and rear door panels. Suspension independent double wishbone front and coil spring multi-link rear, same as the Tundra, guys. So if you want to see what one of them looks like, look at the Tundra. It should be very, very similar, right? twin turbochargers, of course, electronic parking brakes, so you don't have like a pull or a pedal to hit for your parking brakes, electronic, 12-volt starter, of course. You have a parallel hybrid system. What's a parallel hybrid system? It's the same thing on the Tundra. Parallel hybrid system means that it's not a true conventional hybrid. What it is it has the engine, the transmission, and the hybrid all in line. So that gives you, right down here, the electric motor power gives you 48 horsepower from the electric motor. But that's all in line, but that's what you get from there. Your drive modes, normal, eco, and sport. Off-road, obviously your engine and body undercovers. Your hybrid battery is a 288 volt sealed nickel metal hydride battery. Towing, class 4 hitch. Receiving hitch with your 7 and 4-way connectors. Towing, obviously you have a brake controller that is going to be integrated. Your multi-information display, that's your center screen. And your trailer brake gain, you can change all of that, of course. 4-wheel demand, part-time 4-wheel drive, basically means it can turn itself into 4-wheel drive if it needs to. Automatic limited slip differential, it can lock the rear differential if it needs to. 10-speed automatic transmission is what 10AT means down there. Emissions rating, obviously it's something that is really cool here since it's a hybrid. It is this way, and it says low emission vehicle. Watch some of the HUV lanes, guys, because some of the HUV lanes actually have signs that say low emission vehicles accepted, which means you can drive this vehicle in the HUV lane if that is the case. So obviously we already talked about the 4-wheel drive. It just listed again right here. Body frame, of course, so you have an active aero front spoiler. This right here, these two things right here are going to work together. So the active aero front spoiler is something that they did on the Tundra. So what that is that's going to drop down, should be probably somewhere around 30 to 35 miles per hour. It'll actually drop down a front spoiler to help you get better fuel economy. Active grill shutters, they'll kind of do the same thing. If you don't need extra air running through the engine compartment, it will shut those. Electronic power steering, power assisted rack and pinion, electronic brakes, of course, electronically controlled braking there is. Power assisted ventilated 13.9 inch front disc brakes with opposed dual piston brake calipers. I love this, guys. Ventilated 13.6 inch rear brakes with the single piston caliper. So your rear brakes are 13, almost 14 inches large on the caliper, and your front brakes are almost 14 inches on the front. But this is where it's really interesting, and this is where it really beats everybody else. So you have this right here, opposed dual piston brake calipers. That means that your pistons, you have 4 pistons on either side that are pushing onto your brake caliper. So you don't have one brake pad that wears quicker on the inside than the outside, the way a floating caliper works. It's going to push with 4 pistons to make sure you have the best braking system out there, in my opinion, of course. So here's your electric motor torque, 184 foot-pounds of torque in your electric motor. You saw earlier 48 horsepower was over here. But that's your torque that you just saw over here, 180 foot-pounds of torque just on the hybrid side. Obviously stainless steel exhaust, fuel system, direct and port injected. Toyota does that. They do that right. So not only do they direct inject for the best fuel economy, of course, they also port inject, which helps keep the engine clean and obviously make sure that you have the most power possible. Tow haul modes, that's great as well. People are used to those. Obviously, if you're towing or hauling, use those. 24 valve cylinder, of course, you can see some of the other stuff that's here with your compression ratio. Trailer sway control, trailer backup guide with straight path assist. Straight path assist is amazing because once you start turning the trailer, it will go straight from where you turn it. It is awesome. All right, so your iForce Max hybrids right here, and your weight rating is 7560. People always point out that that's not always the exact, because if you have things that are on the vehicle, it can change that some. We all realize that, but that is definitely something that somebody will say. So, beat you. Anyway, so front door handles with the touch sensors, lock and unlock features. So you can just grab the door handle, open the door, touch the door handle, it will lock. 22-inch. So if you're wondering what your tires are, 22-inch rims. So dark chrome and machine finished alloy wheels, front rear mud guards, obviously rear door badge says Sequoia, Rain sensing wipers are going to be standard right here. Your black roof mounted shark fin antenna, gloss painted pillars. Um, you also have the LED fog lights, premium LED lights, LED daytime running lights. If it's LED, it's pretty much on this truck. Auto off and on features. Automatic power extended running boards. This is why you didn't see running boards earlier. So I pointed that out. Like I said, I was telling you what the running boards would be on the Sequoia, but power running boards. So the question I think some people might ask is if you can put the standard running boards instead of the power. I wanted to note that because the automatic power extending running boards are the standard feature. I do believe, and I'm going to say I do believe that you can remove those if you wanted to and put a standard running board. I don't know why you would want to, but I have had people ask me that question on the Tundra, so I wanted to let you know if there are power running boards on there and you don't want them on there. I believe that the bolt pattern will line up the same to where you could put a fixed running board on there. So definitely wanted to point that out to you before somebody asks, but feel free to ask the question if you want to, because YouTube watches for comments. But definitely like and comment, by the way, guys. So if you guys are liking the content, you guys like that I bring you this stuff, please go ahead and put a like in there for me. Chrome grille, of course, iForce Max hood badge, bright chrome. I'm going to kind of go over some of this. The capstones on the door, that's going to be on the bottom of the door, I believe, on that one. Then you can see down here, you got heated power outside mirrors, driver's side auto dimming with turn signal, blind spot warning indicator, power folding, and reverse tilt down features. I'll show you as we're going to. There's a way to actually set the reverse tilt down feature that most people don't actually know. So I'll actually, when I get one, I will show you guys how to do that. So make sure you're subscribed so you can see things like that as well. Chrome plated outside mirror caps with satin chrome plated roof rails. They're just going to match each other. Single exhaust tips. You don't have dual tips on there. So LED taillights with sequential turn signals. That means they kind of like move to one side and kind of lean over. Exterior dimensions, you guys can see what those are. Those are important to you. This is where we're coming into the interior. So you got your capstone floor mats. So you notice that this is right here. I want to point something else out. If we scroll back up here, you're going to see this one's got the all-weather floor liners and all-weather cargo mats. So if you have this option right here, you should, since it's standard, also have the carpeted floor mats, which is wherever I was just looking over here because it said that it was there. So you right here, capstone floor mats. That's probably a carpeted floor mat, I would believe, and you should get both of those. So make sure that it, especially if you want them. If you don't want them, then you don't want them. But this is a standard feature that's on there. So sometimes standard features are superseded, but I believe they're going to do what they do on like the all-season floor mat package where you get both. So we'll double check that to be sure, but I believe that's going to be the case. Just because I've seen it that way before. So front and rear assist grips, you have the front and rear LED map lights, front and rear power outlets. All this stuff's pretty standard there. So fixed console, gated shift lever. Some people ask what the gated shift lever. Well, that means that as you shift down, it's not like a straight back. You'll shift it down and then you kind of go over one way and then you kind of come over and you kind of come over. And that's what a gated shift lever. Each position has its own little spot. So but driving controls, 4-cup holders, center storage bin. That's going to be in the front, by the way. Reclining, fold down, fold up, tumble forward, captain's chairs with center armrests. So some people might ask what this is. So it means that the seats can recline, they can fold down, they can fold up, or they can tilt forward. So you've got several positions you can put the seats in depending on what your goal is and what you need. So fold down, fold up, tumble forward, captain's chairs. Those are awesome. Where you want them, they'll be. It's pretty much it. So now, I don't know if you'll be able to remove them. That's something that people on the Sienna had asked about, if you can still remove the center captain's chairs, and you couldn't because of an airbag that's on those seats. So I don't believe they're removable because it would say that they were removable. So I don't believe they're removable. So that should be your answer. Adjustable headrests, one-touch access to third row. That's very quick. Obviously, your semi-aniline leather trim seats with premium contrast stitching. The Capstone's granddaddy. It just has the leather feel on it is really good. Touched the Tundra. I've seen it. I've sat in it. It is really awesome. So, 10-way power adjustable driver's seat, 4-way power adjustable lumbar support. So you have 10 ways to adjust your seat with a 4-way lumbar. So up, down, in, out. So that it'll put it where you need it, guys. Digital display, auto dimming rear view mirror. So this means that it will turn into a camera. That's what the digital display is. With the compass and the HomeLink universal transceiver. Backup camera with projected path. That's pretty standard now. Drive mode, select, switch, and dial. If you look at the Tundra, you'll see what we're talking about on that, but I'll show you when I get one, of course. One rear and one cargo area of 12-volt, 400-watt power outlet. 10-inch color heads up. So this is standard as well. So heads up display is standard. I know some of the lower levels have the HUD as an option, but it is standard on your Capstone, which it should be, I think. 3-zone automatic control with air filtration and individual temperature settings. So you'll also have the rear climate control for the passengers back there. Obviously, all power. I mean, do you really need to go over that? It has power windows, power locks, power mirrors. It has all that, right? So soft touch instrument panel. That's going to be pretty nice too. Dark American walnut wood grain interior trim with a backlit capstone on the passenger dash. That looks awesome, by the way. You'll see that. So it's backlit on the dash. So you also have an instrument panel and door ambient lighting. There's little glow all the way through this vehicle. So I saw that on the Tundra too. So that's actually pretty sweet looking. Overhead console with the window control. So that overhead console window, that is rear window control, by the way, guys. So your rear window will roll down on that vehicle. So that's what with window control means. Electronic locking fuel doors, so you can actually unlock your fuel door, of course. There's your power outlets, of course, rear seat vents. So some people ask if it has rear vents in the back. It does. It has rear air controls, but just saying, rear seat vents. So notice this too, heated and ventilated front and rear seats. So Toyota hasn't for a long time put ventilated seats in the back. They've toyed with heated on a couple of them, very top of the line stuff, but they would always put the heated and vented in the front, heated in the rear. This has heated and vented in the front and rear seats. So now notice it does not show third row. I don't believe your third row is going to be heated and ventilated. It's just going to be the front and then the center row. So technically that's what it means by rear seats. So could be wrong, but I believe that I'm correct on that. And if there's something else down here, we'll see it as we go. But driver's seat memory, of course. There's your 60-40 split sliding power reclining fold down third row seat with adjustable headrest. So power reclining, it should fold with the power as well. So it'll recline, fold, it'll do all that. You've seen that before on the Sequoia. It's just this one's a nice one. They're all nice, but this one's a really nice one. So they've never built this trim level before, so it's above everything else they've built. Wireless charging, smart key system, push button start. It's got with lock, unlock, panic, and tailgate release functions and remote illuminated entry. I believe this thing will say Capstone under the mirror as well as like a puddle light. Multi-level adjustable cargo shelf system, the 12.3 digital meter. So your gauges use the 12.3 screen. That's similar to what's on the Tundra as well. Flip up rear window with the frog. So flip up rear window with defogger and privacy glass. So that makes me wonder, while we're just kind of talking here about the, when we looked at the one where it talked about with the thing. So this is flip up rear window with the fogger and power glass. So I thought it was going to go up and down, but it says flip up. So we'll have to see exactly what it is. But the fact that it said that it had the, I'm trying to find it back up here. So if you're wondering why I'm kind of stumbling a little bit, but I was trying to see it, because you're not going to have your center or like your back in the center. So where'd we go? So rear vents. Yeah, so overhead console with window control. So the only other thing that I could think that that could be is if you're locking out your window, but I don't think that that's it. So this makes me think it's a power up, power down window, but the flip up rear window, it obviously makes you think that it's this. So we'll have to double check when the capstone comes in to see which one is actually the truth, but we'll see exactly what the window control means on that. But yeah, maybe it could also be like the minivans have a side window in the back. It could be something like that too, but I'll have to research that for you guys. So give me a little bit of leeway on that because it's the wording from Toyota is a little weird on which one's which. And if you look at things like earlier in the video I showed you how it mentioned about the transmission twice, mentioned about the four-wheel drive twice. So when it starts, there's some things that when these first come out, they can kind of contradict each other, and I kind of gotta decode them. Let's put it that way. So that's what I try to do. But so manual second and third row sunshades. That's just where you can pull up the sunshade and lock it on the second and third row. So you have a standard panoramic roof with the power sunshade, and it's tilt slide, so it does open. Sometimes there are some sunroofs that do not open. Leather shift knob, illuminated center storage bin and glove box, tilt telescoping wheel, so it'll go in and out with a power adjustment for you. All your driver assist controls on the steering wheel, 14-inch multimedia screen. That's all the same stuff that was on that is on the Tundra. Notice wireless, which is always good. Wireless Android Auto and CarPlay. Sirius Satellite with your 3-month platinum plan means you can use it on your phone and that too. Use it at home. That is part of your Sirius Satellite radio system. So safety and convenience. This is the end of it here. So you got your tire pressure monitoring system. Now, this doesn't specifically say that it lists which wheel could be high or low, but I sure hope it does. It's a capstone. It should list exactly where it's at. Safety Sense 2.5. Safety Sense 2.5 is the latest and the greatest when it comes to Safety Sense. Pre-collision system with pedestrian detection, full speed, dynamic radar cruise control. It can take you all the way to a stop. Lane departure alert with steering assist, lane tracing assist, automatic high beams, road sign assist. You have 8 total airbags, including your driver, passenger side, knee, and curtain airbags. Blind spot monitor is standard with rear cross traffic alert and trailer merge warning. What is trailer merge warning? Trailer merge warning is actually where it can actually extend your blind spot monitor to include your trailer. So it basically will turn your blind spot monitor on early. And you can actually set your trailer distance and things like that. So if you're hauling a 20-foot trailer, if you're hauling an 8-foot trailer, it will know what distance to set that to, and it'll know what kind of trailer you're hauling for lengthwise. And I did a Tundra video where I showed you how to set your trailer up. It will be the same thing. I am 100% confident on that. So it will set up the same way. Latch system, of course, 3-point seat belts for all system. I mean, some of this stuff is like, yeah, that's been since the 80s. Driver and front passenger active headrest. Active headrest, some people ask what the word active means. Active headrest basically means it can react to an accident and kind of try to keep you from getting whiplash. So it's like an anti-whiplash headrest. I believe that's what they stand for, that. Obviously, your child protector, door lock, so you basically in window lockout control. So if you have children or friends that act like children, you can use them door locks for the exact same reason actually, and the window lockout control. So it works on big kids and small kids of all sizes. Star safety system includes obviously the vehicle stability control, traction control, ABS, EBD, BA, and smart stop technology that if you ever hit the gas and brake at the same time, the brake will override the gas. Drive start control, front and rear parking assist with automatic braking. And I just did a video on that for the Tundra that shows how to shut it off if you're going through a car wash or something like that. But it will actually, if you're in a slow roll and you're about to bump into something because your foot fell off the brake or you weren't paying attention for some reason, it can actually tap that brake for you and keep you from bumping whatever it was ahead of you. So now we will notice Toyota's disclaimers down here. Manufacturer's suggested retail price excludes delivery, processing, handling fee, taxes, license, available, regionally required equipment. Actual dealer price may vary because some people mark them way up. We are not, but some people do. Pricing, fuel economy is specification, standard features, available equipment based on information available when the pay was produced. Subject to change without notice. Toyota Care that you can have as well, and Toyota Care is 2 years, 25,000 miles. Whichever comes first is included as part of the sales price, but not in all regions, by the way. And it's just some of the information that is contained on the actual window sticker, but you should definitely consult the window sticker. So, Steve Welcher, being in Toyota, Nashville. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Definitely give me a like and subscribe, and I sure do appreciate you guys. And let me know if there's anything else that you think I missed on this, but this is your full spec sheet on an actual Capstone Sequoia that is being built currently by Toyota. Now, like I said, people have asked me, are they coming to you? Well, this particular one is not, but this is one of the first ones and the most expensive one that I found. So hopefully you guys can like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Steve Welch, BM Toyota, Nashville. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.